We're starting on Unit 5 today of rational functions, equations, and inequalities. Today we're doing lesson 5.1, graphs of reciprocal functions. Reciprocal functions are functions that have functions as the denominator and 1 as the numerator. For example, the reciprocal of x will be 1 over x. Or you can think of it as you reverse the numerator and the denominator because x is actually x over 1. And when you reverse it, it becomes 1 over x. From the characteristic of graph x, the graph of 1 over x could be figured out. So let's look at example 1 from your learning resources. Given the function of f of x equals to 2 minus x, we have to find the domain, range, intercepts, positive and negative intervals, and increasing, decreasing intervals. And B, we have to sketch the graph of the reciprocal function. We know that 2 minus x is a linear function because it takes the form f of x equals to mx plus b. In this case, m equals to negative 1 and b equals to 2. When we graph this out, you can see that x belongs to all real numbers because it doesn't matter what x you give me, I will be able to find a valid corresponding y. And the range is y belongs to all real number because no matter what y you gave me, I will be able to find a valid corresponding x for that y. From the equation, we can see that y-intercept is 2. And so is the x-intercept, it's also 2. F of x is positive when x belongs to from negative infinity to 2, and negative when x belongs to from 2 to positive infinity. It is decreasing for all functions. For the reciprocal, we simply reverse the numerator with the denominator. The numerator for the last case was 2 minus 1, the denominator was 1. So we reverse it, and the reciprocal function becomes g of x equals to 1 over 2 minus x. For this one, the domain is x belongs to all real number, such that x does not equal to 2. Because the bottom denominator cannot be equal to 0, therefore 2 minus x cannot be equal to 0. 2 and therefore 2 cannot be equal to x. The range is y belongs to all real numbers, such that x does not equal to 0. We say this because the numerator is 1, so it doesn't matter what value you plug in as the x, you will never get a 0. The reciprocal function is positive when x belongs to from negative infinity to 2, and negative when x belongs to 2 to positive infinity. It is increasing when x belongs to negative infinity to 2, and when x belongs to 2 to positive infinity. And the graph of g of x equals to 1 over 2 minus x is shown here. That's the two lines here. And the original function is y equals to 2 minus x is this straight line here. So that's the end of this lecture. Please remember to check out the activity video as well as your assignment, and I'll see you guys next lecture.